this is a look. Hi everyone! So I'm going to be doing a look inspired by vintage Christmas angels. This is something I did about 3 years ago around this same time. Merry Christmas to those of you who are celebrating today. I am definitely going to be away from the internet for a while I celebrate, but I wanted to do the Christmas angel look again, so hence like earrings, because I have a vision. I don't know if it's actually going to come to life or not, and it's really early and I just feel like being very cozy and I haven't slept very well, so I just thought I would do something really relaxing and put my makeup on, and I'm still trying to keep on top of this. We're in the home stretch of XOXO and I just like, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. So I'm just putting on the VDL Luby Layer Primer Fresh. So I really want to be very glowy. So I'm putting that on first so I can try and glow. I don't know. Well, okay, I was gonna say, I don't know what it is. I don't know why I feel the way I feel. Oh, I was gonna put, whatever, I'm still gonna do it. I was gonna put the MAC Strobe Cream on first before the primer, but I don't care. I'm gonna do that afterwards anyway. Because I really want to glow. These are like the glowiest based products I have, so. I just love how reflective it makes my whole skin. It just feels really good. This is just really calming and relaxing this morning. I really love looking at sort of retro artwork, and especially angels, fairies, various like otherworldly kind of creatures using the Becca Under Eye Corrector. Definitely need this now. Oof, my under eye circles have been bad. And I haven't, like, I'm going off of the images. Like, I was looking at the images for a while because I've had my rough XLMIS schedule planned since the beginning of the month, or like the end of November. Like, I actually have like a whole calendar I printed out the whole month of December, and I penciled in every single idea I was thinking of, and I've kept most of those. Some of them have been moved around, some of them have been pushed to like a later time, as in like the new year, or like if I need like filler content if something goes wrong, because you never know, nothing ever goes like according to plan. I remember doing it a couple of years ago and I really loved doing it. The Christmas angel look was a lot of fun. It was like a lot of blush. I remember at a time when I really like was not very into blush, but I was playing with sort of the more current blush trends at the time. And I think it was really just when like heavy blush was really starting, and it was the whole was it Ingari? Was it the drunk blush effect, which I did like a couple of videos on? I remember I really loved the way that looked, and I know people said like, oh, it's not very, some people really didn't like it because they thought it was too much blush, but it's funny because it's like that thing that I did like 3 years ago, and that sort of blush style, which I'm not saying I started it by any means, because like it was a thing in Korean beauty far before I was doing it. But people were saying like, oh, it's too much, and they didn't like it, and I just thought that was funny because it just really goes to show how people are really affected by trends, and like when things get popularized, all of a sudden it becomes more acceptable. Like the same people who are like, oh, I don't like that, like too much like blush underneath the eyes, or too much blush, you know, not flattering or whatever, but then it becomes a trend and the same people are then like doing the trends and talking about how good it looks. It's just really funny. I feel like sometimes people just need to see like more people do it. And I love those images of like the fairies and the angels, because a lot of them are very youthful or have that youthful appearance, and like I love that whole like rosy cheek thing, and there's something about it that's very like wintry and fresh. So I'm really making sure I get everything really well blended, because I feel like a good shiny base, a good shiny base is what I need for this. And the foundation I used was the Giorgio Armani, the Neo Nude foundation. Eye primer, Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Definitely need that right now. I've been working at home from home this last week, so it's been nice to kind of skip on the makeup except for when I was filming. Definitely seems to have helped some of my skin problems just a little bit. I could like really focus on my psoriasis treatments for my eyes and other like skin treatments. Like I'd just be like lathering on like face oil. Oh my god, I've been so dry. So dry. Okay, so I've got the base stuff happening. I'm gonna use a little, try and be as subtle as I can with a little bit of dip brow. Look how much I'm really working this dip brow hard. There's still probably like a full year's use in there. Depends on how often I use it. I find that like brows are full but also like not perfect. Not like I'm recreating anything in particular. I'm not recreating a certain image. Like I said, I'm really mostly going now off of what's in my mind as opposed to like directly referencing an image and being like, oh, I have to like put a line here or put a line there. I haven't done a thing to my brows recently in terms of like shaping or anything like that, just because I kind of like the way that they look like in real life. I feel like they look good. The only time like that really bothers me is Instagram photos. Like when I'm reviewing like photos I took, I'm like, okay, let's see what I put on Instagram. And I'm like, my freaking brow hairs. They just look so bad. So I don't have any powder or anything on my brush right now. So I think I'm gonna go in first with some eyeshadow. And I have the Natasha Denona Coral palette. And I was thinking that like this shade right here is what I will start with and then kind of figure out where I want to go from there. So I'm just really applying this on my lid, and then my plan is going to be to kind of wrap it around as well. I like that. It's really just one color swiped all over the lid, but I'm trying to picture the whole completed image as well, like in my head of like what I kind of want it to look like. I must have had some remaining residue on my lashes, or probably my lower lashes. I sometimes find it a little difficult to remove all of the mascara that I had on my lashes. And sometimes it just ends up transferring when I don't want it to. I really need a new makeup remover. I think I need to go back to the Garnier Micellar Water. Something I went through so many bottles of. So I think when something works, I think it's worth it sometimes to stick with it if it's at all possible. So it's a little bit harsher on the outer than what I want it to be. Take some of that. Start working down. So I'm actually just taking the same eyeshadow. I'm just using that one eyeshadow and I'm applying it on my cheeks. I kind of have a few blushes that I want to use, but to start, I think I will blend them together. So I got my blush brush. Let's see how that works in terms of blending. Okay, that almost like completely disappeared. I'm gonna try and blend out from the edge of the eyeshadow and blend it down. I kind of like some of the images where like they almost seem like a little sad, so like the eyes are like kind of downturned, and I'm gonna try and do like a little liner, kind of like a little tiny downward, and then I'm gonna put big lashes on. I want to kind of take it to that little like cartoony angle. I have an idea for some sparkle on the lid as well, but first I am gonna take the Fairy Blush palette from Likely Makeup because it has these two shades, and I'm gonna mix them together, Rose Quartz and Sunstone. I'm just bringing it up a little bit. We're doing a little bit of that draping. It's coming together. I feel like sometimes I just need to start throwing things on. I'm gonna go right back into that Natasha Denona palette. And I'm just connecting. I'm gonna blend that all out, but I just wanted to get like it connected all together. I'm even bringing it up through the brow as well. Gonna blend all of that together, so. I really want to emphasize the round face, but I'm going to take a little bit of this contour powder for the nose. I'm going to do like a hint. Like further back. The shimmer I want to use is actually the Prophecy highlighter from Cliona, that multi-chrome. See how that works. So that is the highlighter on one eye. That worked out exactly like I wanted it to. I'm so happy about that. Very rarely does it actually, like, the things actually worked out. So I'm going to take just a tiny bit of black liner. Okay, I really gotta put this Stila mini liner into my empties bin. So I'm gonna take just a pencil liner. Okay, so it's not the best line, but I will be putting false lashes on anyway. I have these highbrow from Benefit, which I'm going to use for my waterline. Okay, so I want to use the really big dramatic lashes. Like I said, I want that kind of cartoony thing, so I haven't worn lashes in such a long time. So while the lash glue is getting a little tacky, I'm going to start with lips. I'm going to go in with this lip liner that is by Elle, and it is the shade Natural. So I did overline my lips, and I am going to go in with this Natasha Denona liquid lipstick. Okay, so here is the completed look with the lashes, with the hair, with the headpiece. I feel like now it comes together a little bit, like the earrings make a little bit more sense, I hope. Anyway, I really like how this turned out. I always feel so much better once I have like the completed thing. It always feels so weird when I'm sitting there in a wig cap and like a house coat or like a sweater and I'm like, where is this going? And then it finishes and I'm like, ah, yes, okay. I managed to get it there somehow. Somehow I didn't get lost along the way. So this is really just a pretty simple look. It's just a lot of blush basically, but I really like how it turned out. I feel like it's kind of true to the image inspiration, and I definitely feel like this is a really simple kind of holiday look. You know, of course the lashes are another thing, but just like the whole blush, lip, eye thing, all sort of fairly monochromatic. I feel like it all works really well together, and I feel very wintry right now. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and for hanging out with me. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. It may take me a little while, but I will try my best. Merry Christmas to those of you who are celebrating. I hope you are able to spend time with your loved ones. I hope everybody who is watching has a wonderful, wonderful day. Please take care of yourself, and I hope I get to chat with you soon. Bye for now.